It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Moments away, it'll be the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Well, for Atlanta, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. Well, tonight we'll see Jeff Teague in action, and he really is the engine for this team. He might have flown under the radar before, Shaq, but not anymore.
You know, he has no problem getting into the teeth of the defense. He's very efficient with every touch he gets. Last season, he shot almost 5 free throws a game. Only thing I question is him being aggressive, not some of the time, but all of the time.
You know what? I think he's on a natural progression. A lot of people think he should have been a little bit step ahead because a few years ago it's taken him to get to this point. But this is a natural progression, and he has flourished now as a starter.
Just about ready for the tip. We check in with Kevin Harlan. Kev.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
It's the Timberwolves in Minnesota for a little interconference action here at the Target Center. The Hawks will kick off their road trip right here. Still trying to find that groove they had last year. They'd like to grab hold of some new momentum and get closer, Steve, to where they were a season ago.
And right now for the Hawks, their slow start to this season has brought some of this team's issues to light. And this is a team that I didn't think had any issues to speak of.
Neither did I, but clearly they're not the dominant force we thought they'd be. They've got some kinks to work out for sure.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta, Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Prince in at the small forward position. Now here's Teague after the miss from Ricky Rubio. Teague, the pass to Millsap. Korver gets a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And Kyle Korver enjoying a career renaissance, if you will, here in his 30s. A former late second-round pick. He's kicked around the league a little bit. He's really found his niche here in the motion offense of the Atlanta Hawks.
Here's Atlanta. It's a three-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
They didn't play good second-half basketball. You know, Kevin, it's one thing to get that lead way out in front and then trickle a bit of the lead away in small pieces, but they gave it all away.
And you know, the team that they ended up losing to probably has no business winning that game, but when you don't play to your level, anything can happen.
Now here's Teague after the miss from Karl Anthony Towns. Here's Horford. Good D by Rubio.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Outside, Martin takes the three. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Teague drives in. That one goes. Count it.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Jeff Teague, a real speed merchant. I mean, very tough to stay in front of. He can put you on skates, blow by, and get right to the rim.
Now, here is Martin. He had 10 points in the win against Philadelphia. There's the bucket. Good.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Mike Budenholzer and I got a chance to talk for a bit. He singled out KG as a player they would like to contain. He said that it goes beyond what KG can contribute in the stat sheet, explaining when Garnett gets going with his intensity, that just feeds into the rest of the team and it becomes a vicious cycle. Keeping Kevin from igniting his team is something they'd like to avoid here.
And thanks for that story, Doris. And Rubio kicks to Towns. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
And guys, Jeff Teague, an attack guard. He's just an average three-point shooter, but he gets to the free throw line in bunches, shoots at a high percentage, and has really evolved, I think, into one of the elite point guards in the league. Yeah, that's asking a lot from that defender.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, he just doesn't have the size to really be effective in that kind of matchup.
Rubio dishes to Martin. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Martin's got 5 points so far. The Hawks trail by 4. Pass to Horford. Cannot hit. Excellent D there from Garnett.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
A three-pointer, Wiggins, and another three for Minnesota.
And really setting the tone early with their three-point shooting.
Greg, that's already 5 made triples in the first quarter. What a start.
Now here's Teague. 9 points last game. And Horford wide open. He shoots. No good off the front iron.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And stolen by Jeff Teague. Pass to Horford. It's rebounded by Towns.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those playing.
Now here's Prince. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Teague with a clean look. Goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Timberwolves leading by 5. The drive by Rubio.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
Both free throws good from Rubio. Well, the Timberwolves knew that last season would be one not to worry about winning with Coach Flip Saunders. It was more about growing as a team, and you know him. That's one of his specialties.
Yeah, Flip, Kevin's a great teacher, and so to have this young group and show the improvement they did over the course of the season was important. And really, it's mostly just about getting guys used to a system and preparing for what could be a really bright future.
The Hawks trail by 7. Teague kicks to Prince. Back to Teague. Horford with the screen on Rubio. Teague, the pass to Horford. Got a hand on it. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And finished off by Martin.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Atlanta with the ball after the basket by Minnesota. And that one's good.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Rubio outside. A three-pointer. Wiggins. No good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Yeah, they just caught a team, Kevin, that was in a zone, and they didn't have the manpower defensively to disrupt them.
Hey, zone or no zone, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed. I mean, they never strung together any stops like they needed to. Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
Horford was really a cog in all aspects of the Hawks last season. I mean, a major cog. Just a consistent presence inside with his 15 points and 7 boards a game.
Here's Rubio. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
And for Horford last year, the numbers were down a bit, but that wasn't due to his play. I think the Hawks were just a more balanced team. And he could obviously put up bigger numbers if he wanted to, but by playing within the system, I think it allowed Atlanta to reach its true potential over the course of the regular season.
Moving it up and finished off by Martin.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
The Hawks trail by 8. Outside Teague, picked by Horford. Teague kicks to Korver. Dishes it to Teague. Off target with his 3.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Martin with the bucket.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Now here's Teague. He's got 8. Atlanta again missing.
Well, that's clearly a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look at.
No doubt about it. You cannot let up defensively just because he missed that one.
And guys, KG is so loved and has given so much to the area of Minneapolis, St. Paul, the state of Minnesota. He really, Clark, views it as his home.
And Kevin, you started with him there in Minnesota
Yes.
when he got underway in the league. Fans love having him there and involved with the franchise again for sure.
2 shots.
Free throw good, Garnett.
And you know, for Garnett, after his playing days are over, I gotta believe he's going to be looking to take some ownership in this Wolves organization. He is a beloved figure here in Minneapolis.
And it's a completely new group for Atlanta. Both free throws good from Kevin Garnett.
And if KG did become a shareholder in the Wolves, it would be wild. I mean, could you imagine how intimidating contract negotiations would be with him sitting across the table?
Now here is Holiday. Looking to end the run. He takes it up and lays it in. Holiday's got his first points of the night.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
Rubio with it. He's guarded by Schroeder. And the basket by Rubio.
When it rains, it pours. Another jump shot tickles that twine.
And this is a thunderstorm because they got it flowing right now. They are putting on a nice run.
Now here's Schroeder. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Down low. Splitter, that's good. Splitter's got his first basket.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Now Schroeder following the miss by Martin from deep. Shot from 12. Splitter misses. Minnesota leading by 10. Wiggins drives in. Towns wide open. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Towns has got himself on the board with 3 there. Atlanta's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. And Holiday kicks to Scott. Back to Holiday. The 10-footer. And he hits the jumper for 2.
Terrific effort on that shot. I mean, he's given up a lot of inches in that mismatch.
Well, height, who cares about height? I mean, it's just a number. Hey, you got to go with what you got. And he took what he had right at it there.
And the Timberwolves call time coming off that win against Philadelphia.
You just have to admire the versatility they were able to display offensively.
Scoring came from every direction, all over the place. I mean, if one approach didn't work for them, they found another one that did.
Holder look on the floor for Minnesota. Minnesota with the ball. They lead by 11. Now here's Jones. He's guarded by Schroeder. It's Bielitsa, and count it from 19 feet away.
Well, this is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Back to Hardaway. The dish to Schroeder. Shot on the wing. They get it again. Splitter passes to Schroeder. Over Jones. And that one's good. Schroeder.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Clark, one thing about the Hawks last year is they were very strong on the road, as you could have guessed.
Yeah, but Kevin, they struggled a little bit down the stretch on the road, but still managed to have the best road record in the East.
The Hawks call timeout. And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away. You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups.
A minute 50 left here in the opening quarter. He feeds it to Hardaway. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. They set the pick. Just 5 to shoot. Schroeder kicks to Scott, and it's Hardaway atop the key. Lets it go from 11. Splitter misses. Well, last season, the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank, too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs.
Yeah, and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. A group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
And so it's Atlanta with it, following the 3 by Minnesota. Here's Schroeder to the middle. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Some high-scoring teams in the NBA. Let's see the leaders. Number 5, the Hawks.
You know, it's amazing when you consider how much can change on a team from year to year, but nonetheless, this team has been one of the best at putting points on the board.
The Hawks have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
2 shots.
That one is off. And he sinks the second.
In last season, the Wolves had the hardest strength of schedule in the entire league. Might have worked out for them in the end, as come lottery time, those extra losses do tend to help.
Good. 6 points for Shabazz Muhammad. The Hawks trail by 19. Shooter kicks to Holiday. Splitter sets a screen. And Holiday, here we go. Hardaway from outside. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take them long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Bielitsa pass it to Muhammad, and again it's Minnesota.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Well, everything's coming too easily. I mean, at some point defensively, you have to take something away.
11 seconds left here in the first quarter. Shooter kicks to Hardaway. Fires the three. Frames the three, and yes, he'll go to the line for one more. That one on Muhammad. For Atlanta, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
One shot, gentlemen.
That free throw good from Hardaway. Three-pointer. And there's Muhammad. That's good on the assist by Jones. 11 points for Shabazz Muhammad. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Timberwolves lead by 17. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a comfortable margin for the Timberwolves here, guys.
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
Here's Teague. Martin and Wiggins out on the perimeter. Zhang is out there at Pekovic. And it's Levine in at the point guard. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. Now here's Teague. Down low. Here's Millsap. Second shot opportunity. Horford no luck. Minnesota leading by 17. Martin wide open. He fires. It's rebounded by Teague. Atlanta's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. On the wing, Korver. Back to Teague. He kicks to Korver. Right side, Millsap. Here's Schroeder. And the 3 off target.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And he gets the bucket. 8 points for Andrew Wiggins.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Now here's Teague. Ball's knocked loose. To the inside. Here's Wiggins. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Martin for 3, and that one's good. Martin's got 14.
And guys, one of the most beautiful things to watch in the NBA, when Kevin Martin gets hot with the jumper. I mean, there are guys with range, and there are guys who dial it up from a different area code. But Kevin Martin, he sends it home literally from another planet.
And now running it up the court, Martin pushing it up, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
And as they continue to just dominate this game, you have to wonder, how much can they win by?
Well, it's on the verge of getting out of hand, Greg. You can feel it, you can see it, in part because the defense has been about as good as the offense, and both have been really good.
Here's Horford, and he uses the glass on the layup. 8 points for him.
And a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
And for Kevin Martin last season, it was a struggle, Clark. He played only 39 games, but he still averaged 20 points and hit almost 40% from three-point land.
Kevin, it's just a matter of health with him. You know if he's healthy, he's going to put the ball in the basket. He gets to the line too well. He's an excellent three-point shooter and driver, but he's light of frame, and injuries have been his nemesis recently.
Here's Levine. 17 points for him last game against Philadelphia.
And also, his assist total tells you about the job he did of keeping his head up and keeping his teammates involved.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. And last season, an injury-filled one for Nikola Pekovic. Played only 31 games before he was sidelined. Clark with an Achilles injury.
Yeah, and you know, he wasn't even playing quite up to par before the injury, Kevin. After shooting well over 50% in each of his first 4 seasons, he dropped to under 43% last year.
Towns, he's checked in for Minnesota. Ricky Rubio comes in for Levine. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Prince is checked in. Picked by Horford. Teague dishes to Millsap. And there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
And the basket by Rubio.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run. And on the subject of Pekovic, last season was another difficult step back for him physically. At some point, one wonders if his whole career becomes in jeopardy. It just takes so much effort to keep coming back.
Here's Rubio. Following the basket by Paul Millsap. Millsap with the steal. And now it's Teague running. He can go all the way. Finished off the break. Teague's got 10.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet. And guys, I, for one, can relate to what Pekovic is going through. I mean, it's not easy as a big man to get those injuries to your legs. I mean, you're carrying a lot of weight and force around. I mean, let's hope Nikola finds a little more luck going forward as far as the injuries.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Tries it from 19, and it's good off the back rim and in. 16 points for Martin.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Teague kicks to Millsap. Picked by Horford. Teague the pass to Horford. Looking to get back on track here. Just 5 to shoot. Wiggins with some nice D.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Wiggins has got 9 points in the quarter.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Prince's shot is good.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
And Rubio kicks to Martin. He dishes it to Towns. No good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. Up next for them, the Grizzlies at the FedEx Forum. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Teague dishes to Millsap. Passes it to Horford. Puts it up from 15. That's good. Horford's got 10. Minnesota calls timeout. And he isn't the biggest body at 6'8", but Paul Millsap very effective.
And part of his being underrated and underestimated, I think, is due to that size. But folks are finally starting to come around. That kind of production he's put up will make that happen.
And Millsap went over a 7-foot wingspan and also just a great nose for the ball. He gets you rebounds, blocks, and he leads all power forwards in steals pretty much every season.
Kevin Garnett is checked in for the Timberwolves. Now, here's Rubio. He's got 16. They double him with Horford. Wiggins passes to Towns. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Whoa. That'll wake you up.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Millsap a screen. T kicks to Prince. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Horford no luck.
And speaking of Millsap's defense, I mean, he can switch out and cover perimeter players as well. His smaller stature gives him that versatility, but then the long wingspan allows him to still bang with the big.
Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. T dishes to Millsap. And a miss there on the triple.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter. Make it 10 of their last 12 points coming off assists.
You have to love the ball movement.
Atlanta calls timeout.
The Hawks were fantastic last season. After the All-Star break, they did slip up a bit, struggled against teams over 500.
They lost the last 3 games of the regular season, Clark, and really just limped into the playoffs. Some of it might have just been fatigue.
Yeah, it could have been. And their play at the end of the season did leak into the playoffs, Kevin. I mean, you could see very quickly that they weren't the same team that looked so dominant during the season.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Bielitsa comes in for Andrew Wiggins, and it's Muhammad in for Martin. Atlanta also making some changes here. Splitter is checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Kyle Korver. Now here's Teague. 10 points for him. Scott the pass to Teague. Back to Scott. Towns with the steal. And they're moving it up. Here's Rubio. It's good again, and the next one, 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Teague with the ball, guarded now by Rubio. And Holiday, here we go, goes right through for bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
That's his second personal foul.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
He deserves the highest praise you can give him for hitting more than 90% of his foul shots this season.
And guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage from last year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher, so you've got to like that progress.
Jones checked in for Kevin Garnett. Hardaway's checked in for the Hawks. And Minnesota has possession. And it's Rubio penetrating. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Atlanta's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. T kicks to Holiday. Splitter with a screen on Rubio. Feeds to Scott. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
The assist, Justin Holiday.
Minnesota's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And Rubio kicks to Jones. Oh, good on the triple. Atlanta's shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Teague dishes to Splitter. Hardaway with it. Now defended by Muhammad. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one is on Towns. And Mike Scott, a former second-round draft pick who has carved out a role here in the NBA the last 2 seasons. Clark, he was a major contributor off the bench.
Yeah, he's a bit of a tweener, you know, not big enough to maintain position down low on a consistent basis and not quick enough to really be a three-man or small forward, but what he can do is get to the basket, rebound okay, and knock down the deep shot.
And he's good on the second.
And getting back to Mike Scott, his three-point percentage and attempts have increased each year he's been in the league. With a high, quick release, he's capable of making tough shots with a hand in his face in a way other players simply can't.
Bjelica, shot is good off the back rim and in. The Hawks shooting a pretty cool 37% from the floor in the second. Not what they're looking for. Stolen by Rubio. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Towns, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Ricky Rubio. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Atlanta. The Timberwolves shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And the word is they challenged each other, guys. I mean, each and every one of them to improve their free throw shooting in the offseason. Held each other accountable in that area. And now you see the results individually and as a whole.
Holiday, no one around him. The offensive rebound.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Minnesota making a switch. Pekovic is checked in. Now here's Jones. Kicks to Levine. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Atlanta's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Holiday attacking. It's blocked. Levine. Shot's good. Levine's got 5 points so far.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Schroeder with the ball. They need this. A second chance effort. Splitter. That's good. Splitter's got his second basket.
They've slowed down casting those triples here in the second.
And Clark, I'd like to see them go back outside. They've been shooting well from the perimeter.
Now here's Jones. Levine kicks to Bjelica. And there's the pass to Levine. Here's Muhammad. Offline with his three. So it's Atlanta now. Hardaway passes to Schroeder. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Here's Muhammad. A three-pointer is right on target. Muhammad's got 14.
Now he's starting to pick up from what he accomplished in the first quarter, where he made 3 of his three-point attempts.
Scott kicks to Hardaway. They set the pick. Splitter sets a screen. The tray. And that one's good. Schroeder. Schroeder's got his second bucket tonight.
Only took him a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
Here's Bjelica. Misses the wing J.
And even though he missed that, you have to take those shots when you get the opportunity.
Exactly. They don't come much better or easier than that.
Holiday dishes to Hardaway. Splitter sets a screen. Right side Hardaway. That's good. Splitter's got his third basket of the night. Outside, Jones. That will count, and it would have counted had it fallen, but it's offline. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Minnesota on top, delivering the blowout. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you to the halftime show on 2K Sports. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny, some perspective, please.
Well, they were dishing out dimes left and right, and the guys were finishing strong. As a team, they seem to be always thinking, always looking for the best shot. If they keep sharing the ball this way, the second half could be more lopsided than the first.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Hawks?
Well, the bottom line, Ernie, they got to defend the three-point line much better. They were concentrating all their effort into protecting the paint, and these guys were standing behind the line, yakum, splaka kataya, and that strategy backfired, Ernie. They gave up far too many open looks, and all those threes killed them.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
And what a game for Rubio. He has 20 points and 2 steals. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Clark, it's a rarity when you've got a guy that can just do it as well as he does on both ends.
Here's Teague. On the court right now for the Hawks. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague and Korver are the guards. And it's Prince in its small forward. Teague can't hit. Timberwolves shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. Here's Towns. It's stolen by Teague. Oh, and here comes Korver all alone. The rebound by the Timberwolves.
Well, I tell you, last season was a big one for the Hawks and Coach Budenholzer. Their dominant season won him multiple Coach of the Month titles, and eventually he won the Coach of the Year award.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
It was pretty obvious, I thought, Greg, that Budenholzer was the deserved Coach of the Year. I mean, Steve Kerr, there are a lot of good names you could put in there. But what he's done, taking the Hawks to the top of the East, few saw that coming.
I agree with you. I mean, he has transformed this Hawks team over the past couple of years, has a wonderful team game. You know, obviously a lot of influence coming from Pop when he was with San Antonio, but he is really, I think, redefining how the game of basketball is being played at the pro level. Well, it didn't take long for us to see just how explosive Andrew Wiggins can be in the air. I mean, had a handful of huge dunks throughout the course of the season. He's going to make a lot of posters during his NBA career.
Korver missing again.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Here's Rubio. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. Rubio's got 22.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Greg, you're right. It's clear to see with Wiggins. He is already fearless with his dunks. Clark, he'll go right at any big man with impunity and finish over.
Yeah, and I think people knew he was a special dunker, but they didn't know how aggressive he would be in attacking the basket. That's where he surprised them.
Here's Rubio following the score by Tayshaun Prince. Puts it 5 from 18. Good on the jump shot. 6 points for Garnett.
Boy, that mid-range jumper is a beautiful thing to have in your bag, and they've had it going today.
And some say it's a lost art, but they're getting excellent results with it tonight.
A nice shot by Teague. Teague's got 12 points in the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
That makes 3 in a row to start the second half.
Hawks have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. To the inside, Millsap. It's rebounded by Kevin Garnett. Garnett's got his 3rd rebound on the night.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Now here's Teague following the miss by Kevin Martin. Towns with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Wiggins has got it. That's good. And that's 18 points for Kevin Martin.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Millsap a screen on Rubio. Prince in the corner. All sorts of time. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. Wiggins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. 3-pointer, Martin. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
Such a height mismatch out on the perimeter, and they give up the triple.
And Teague, here we go. Here's Millsap. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Millsap against Rubio. Shoots from 12. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And that's now 10 points for Kevin Garnett.
And from an offensive standpoint, they have just been stellar.
Yeah, really good. I mean, extremely well coached, fluid, efficient. Man, it's been a lot of fun to watch. The points just keep piling up because they've been such a well-oiled machine.
A nice shot by Teague.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Towns, no luck.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And there's the feed to Millsap. Shoots the 3, and he gets it to go. Millsap's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Rubio against Teague. Here's Wiggins. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
Is he an athlete or what?
No doubt about it. It's almost as if he lives in the air, and dunks like that have become quite commonplace.
Here's Teague. After the basket by Minnesota. Pass to Horford. Wiggins with the block. To the paint. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Minnesota making a switch here. Zhang's checked in. And the free throw, no good.
Well, guys, in the NBA, you learn things by doing them in game-time action. And Andrew Wiggins had plenty of time to learn on the job. He was 2nd in the league in minutes played last season, only behind James Harden.
Timberwolves have gone 8 of 10 shooting here in the second half. Very strong. Rubio, the pass to Dang. Towns kicks to Martin. Pass to Towns. Clock at 6. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse. Towns has got 12 in the game.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far.
And Clark, their effort on the glass has given them the advantage, but it's also been the effort in general that's made a difference.
And so it's Atlanta with it after the basket by Minnesota. On the wing, Korver. It's tipped. Finds himself wide open and drills it. He's got 8. The Timberwolves shooting has been out of this world. 74% from the field. They double him with Horford. Rubio dishes to Towns. Martin, the pass to Towns. Back to Martin. 5 on the clock. Top of the key. And again, it's Minnesota converting. Atlanta's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Fast break, Minnesota. Goes up the baseline, and there's the call on Karl Anthony Towns. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Tayshaun Prince. Atlanta's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Now here's Schroeder, covered by Rubio. And that one's good. Schroeder.
Well, I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
They double him with Horford. It's stolen by Schroeder. Dishes it to Horford. Millsap kicks to Teague. The shot will not go.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Rubio outside. Millsap with the double team. In the corner, it's Martin. Rebound by the Hawks. Millsap's got his 5th rebound in this one. And here they go. That's tipped. Higgins outside. Uncovered. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Wiggins. 14 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
It's been about tempo and pace with this group, and it's led to a huge advantage in fast break points.
Greg, it's really the main reason they're in front. All that early offense. I mean, when they've had the chance to push it, they've pushed it.
Now, here's Rubio. Following the miss by Paul Millsap. And here's Rubio. 22 points for him. That drops. 27 points for Kevin Martin.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball. Featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. For Atlanta, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight. He's off on the first.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And then for Atlanta, Splitter is checked in for Horford. Hardaway comes in for Kyle Korver. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Teague. No good at the stripe this time. Second misses also.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
And the Hawks making a change here. Scott's checked in. Now here's Jones. There's the dish to Levine for the three. Rebound, Atlanta. Splitter's got his third rebound tonight. Splitter passes to Holiday. Splitter sets a screen. Holiday attacking, and Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Timberwolves on defense. Splitter sets a screen. Hardaway. Pekovic with the rebound.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Atlanta's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Splitter sets a screen. Passes it to Scott. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Hardaway has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And he should thank the team for those 2 points. Nobody paid much attention to him on that play.
Now here's Jones. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. He's all alone. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
1:32 left in the third. Left side, Jones. The shot. That one's good from the corner. Jones has got his first points of the night. Atlanta's got the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. And Holiday, here we go. Back to Splitter. In Atlanta again with the bucket.
They're not as aggressive from the outside here, but maybe they should think about stretching the defense a little bit, like they did in the first half. I mean, stretching the defense makes it easier to score inside, too.
Jones, no luck.
You know what? His finishing ability is not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Now here is Hardaway. 9 points in the game so far. Bean with the rebound.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Elitzer with the bucket. Atlanta's shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And Holiday, here we go. It's deflected. And now Minnesota on the fast break. And the jam by Levine.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and we could see right there why he does.
Schroeder misses off the right eye. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Minnesota on top, opening up a huge gap. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Timberwolves shooting an unreal 70% from the field, making a mockery of this defense. Bjelica is out there with Jang. Then it's Jones. Then there's Shabazz Muhammad, and it's Levine in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. The Hawks shooting about 42% so far. Feeds it to Bazemore. And Muscala kicks to Hardaway. Off the screen. Jump shot is good.
You can't afford to give him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Jones. He feeds it to Muhammad. Tries it from 19. Bielitsa passes it to Muhammad. Cuts off the pass. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.